Good evening and thank you so much for tuning in to TV47 Weekend Edition on the 7th day of January 2024. Now we have so much lined up for you on this broadcast, but first, the highlights. President William Ruto seemingly softens his tone.
Jameni, tuungane, tuwache mashindano.
This, as his earlier remarks to disobey court orders, caused a storm, eliciting mixed reactions. Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza now wants officers guarding her official residence questioned in the ongoing investigations in the murder of blogger Daniel Muthiani, alias Sniper.
Wamekuja na njia nyingine. Wamejaribu impeachment, wameshindwa.
And a day of drama as Azimio leader Raila Odinga birthday celebrations are disrupted in Nairobi, with the opposition saying that could be a sign of darker times ahead. Welcome to the broadcast. We invite you to engage with us on our social media handles at TV47 News on X, TV47 Kenya on Facebook. My X handle is at Grace Kuria KE. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Catherine Simaloy, and my name is Grace Kuria Kanja. Once again, welcome to the broadcast. Now, President William Ruto appears to have softened his stance on the judiciary as Sunday he called for cooperation among independent institutions in serving Kenyans instead of undermining one another. Ruto stating there was no need for supremacy battles and sabotage among the executive, the judiciary, and parliament, pointing out that such moves would derail national transformation and service delivery. This, even as his lieutenants continued an onslaught on the judiciary. George Maringa kicks us off tonight.
Sugutek Segero Barsombe Africa Inland Church grounds in Uasin Gishu County hosted President William Ruto, who was accompanied by First Lady Rachel Ruto and other leaders for a church service. The head of state was quick to urge all leaders to embrace teamwork and unity in serving Kenyans.
Sisi tulio katika executive, wafanyikazi wote wa serikali, wale walio katika judiciary, wale walio katika legislature, nataka niwaulize, jameni, tuungane, tuwache mashindano, tuwache hujuma, tuwache mabishano, tuwache kutafuta umaarufu, tupange vile tutashughulikia Wakenya wanaohitaji msaada wetu.
Dr. Ruto, who had launched an onslaught on the judiciary last week, seemed to take an about turn on his stance, this time calling for unity.
Ati watu wachache waende kotini wapinge ile mpango tuko naye ya kusaidia at least hawa watu wapate ajira. Mnataka ati mimi ni nyamaze? Bana. Ndio mimi nimesema tafadhali kwa heshima kubwa. Na mimi sitaki kugombana na mtu. Na mimi sitaki vita na mtu. Na mimi nataka tuungane sisi wote. Lakini hatuwezi kuungana kuhujumu Wakenya wengine.
Instead, the president said the challenges facing the country were unemployment and food insecurity, adding that time had come for leaders to explore ways of addressing unemployment by supporting the implementation of the affordable housing program.
In the next 5 years, we must reduce our food import bill from 500 billion to 250, and in 10 years, we must bring it to zero so that we can grow enough food and we can save our foreign exchange and feed our nation.
Legislators who accompanied the head of state, on the other hand, however, criticized the judiciary. Sentiments that were echoed by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who was in Tinderet, Nandi County. At the Tinderet Bangetuni Mountain Run National Championships, Rigathi told judges and magistrates to be patriotic and accountable in discharging their duties.
Sisi nataka kuchukua nafasi hii kuomba wasimamizi wa mahakama, majudges wetu and magistrates, wa kwamba pia hao ni wa Kenya. Mambo ya healthcare program, rais anataka tupunguze malipo kutoka 500 mpaka 300. Mbona wanasimamisha? Hawa wako na programu yao, wako na health insurance scheme inalipwa na serikali. Hawa majaji wakiwa wagonjwa wako na card, wanaenda hospitali, wanatibiwa, wanaenda nyumbani. Mbona wanazuia Wakenya wadogo hawa hawana mtu ya kuwasaidia, wasaidiwe na serikali?
Activists Linda Ugatuzi, on the other hand, have faulted the executive and legislature for the continued onslaught on the judiciary.
Katiba imepeana nafasi ya kutengeneza commission of inquiry. Kusimama tu kwa barabara na kusema kuna mtu ambao ni corrupt sio mzuri. Rais wa Jamhuri wa Kenya akona intelligence. Anajua kama kuna judge alichukua hongo, aseme ni nani alichukua hongo, apewe na atoe jina yao, ipeleke kwa commission inquiry ifanywe, alafu atoe ichukuliwe.
George Maringa, TV47.
Thank you so much, George Maringa, for that. So listen, Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza has denied allegations that her son is among those arrested in connection with the murder of Meru blogger Daniel Muthiani, also known as Sniper, during a church service in Meru Sunday. The governor clarified that her son, Timothy Kinoti, shares a name with one of the suspects currently in custody related to the murder. She emphasized that her son is not implicated in the crime. Homicides detectives led by Director of Investigations Department Martin Nyuguto apprehended another suspect in connection with Sniper's brutal murder. Brian Mwenda, a boda operator, was arrested at his residence in Gashanka location, North Imenti. Following a day-long search for evidence, the detectives, acting on tips from the public, believe Mwenda is involved in the crime.
Wamekuja na njia nyingine. Wamejaribu impeachment, wameshindwa. Wamejaribu cases, wameshindwa. Wamejaribu kututoa uhai, wameshindwa. Wamejaribu kutuharibia majina, wameshindwa. Wamekuja na ingine ya juzi. Nataka kutangaza nikiwa bishop wenu. Yes. Maana mikono ya bishop wenu ni misafi. Kwa hivyo do not be biased. Na uchunguzi unapoendelea kufanywa, tunataka ufanywe kwa uwazi. Uwazi. Mtu akishikwa tunaambiwa, na kesi ikiendelea tuambiwa ameshikwa kwa sababu gani. Na ushahidi ufuatilie. We don't live in a banana country. Tunaishi katika nchi iliyo na sheria.
Now, Vanessa Ogema, the woman who was captured on camera threatening a staffer at the Port Victoria Hospital in Busia County, surrendered herself at the Busia police station. Ogema, who in a viral video was recorded verbally attacking one of the staff, walked into the police station while covering her face with a heavy sweater and mask on, and as Wanji Soste now reports, Budalangi residents have faulted police for not expeditiously handling the matter by apprehending the culprits, which in turn affected services at the facility as staff downed their tools following in protest of the incident.
A while ago, in a viral video, Vanessa Ogema was captured hurling insults and threatening staffers at the Port Victoria Hospital. In the video clip, Ogema was captured damaging property at the medical institution. According to the Busia County government, pointed out that the hospital property was destroyed in the process, including an oxygen concentrator.
She cannot breathe.
And on Sunday, days of the call for her arrest echoing louder, Ogema walked herself to Busia police station, surrendering herself to the authorities for questioning, with the man who she was seen with in the video clip still at large, not appearing together with her.
She has been arrested and she's been processed to be taken tomorrow to court, being charged with the offense of creating disturbance and damaging property.
Vanessa herself is a medic who respects the medical profession. She respects nurses deeply, and we do not wish that whatever happened on 1st of January be the reason why people in Port Victoria and the neighboring areas have to suffer.
Budalangi residents led by Bunyala West Ward MCA Carl Benz Mapale have called on the police to hasten the arrest of the man seen with Ogema and arraign the two suspects before a court of law.
Sisi tunaomba tu askari wafanye kazi yao vizuri ili justice ipatikane kwa nurses wale ambao waliweza kugadhabishwa.
Ukija kufanya visanga kwa hospitali na kuanza kurusha watu ni kama huna utu.
On their part, area residents have appealed for the resumption of medical services at the Port Victoria Hospital.
Uwezi hata kwenda private. Hapa ni kimbilio letu. Tunaomba msamaha wale ambao mahudumu wanatuhudumia hapa hospitali, tafadhali.
The incident forced the hospital staff to down their tools on January 5, forcing families to seek medical services from other facilities. Wanji Sostin, TV47.
Thank you, Wanji Sostin. Now, opposition leader Raila Odinga has called on President William Ruto's government to review the housing levy and turnover tax while celebrating his 79th birthday with children from 8 children's homes in Malindi. Odinga further challenged President Ruto to condemn the continued killing of children in Gaza. And as Mike Kagwongo now reports, in a different location, officers drawn from the National Police Anti-Riot Unit lobbed tear gas and fired live bullets in the air to disperse a crowd that had gathered in Nairobi's CBD to celebrate Odinga's birthday.
Opposition leader Raila Odinga celebrated his 79th birthday in style, dedicating the special day to the liberation of the Palestinian people and their children. The ODM leader expressed compassion for the declining state of children's well-being in the Gaza Strip as a result of Israel forces' ongoing bombing, urging President William Ruto to condemn the continued killing of children in Gaza.
Hii ambayo inafanyika kule inafanywa ni kama genocide vile ilifanyika na bwana Hitler katika Second World War. Na mimi nimehuzuniwa sana kuona kama serikali ya Kenya imekaa kimya. Inasema inaweza serikali ya Israel.
The former premier also called on President William Ruto's administration to reconsider the housing levy and turnover tax during his birthday party.
We are enjoying with the kids, lakini tuketi tukijua Kenya sisi sote saizi ni nini? Sisi Kenya ni nini? Ni mayatima. Kwa sababu yule ambaye amekalia kiti saizi tunamtegemea kufanyia mengi, lakini badala ya kutuinua sisi anazidi kutudidimiza.
The Kisii CBD roundabout, Siaya Governor's Park, Nairobi CBD Tomboya statue, maili 3 in Maua, Meru County, Taxi Park in Busia, Mombasa's Mikindani Primary School, Hotel Conrad in Kitengela, Kajiado County, Mabriva in Kwale, Narok and Kisumu CBD were a few locations where the cake cutting will take place Sunday.
We want to ask this government, please, if you don't have anything if you don't have ideas, take ideas from Baba. This is an old man who knows how to run this government.
Tusimame naye kwa hiyo agenda kuhakikisha kwamba gharama ya maisha ya wananchi wa Kenya hii imerudi chini.
But to scatter the crowd that had assembled around the Tom Mboya statue in Nairobi CBD to commemorate the birthday, the anti-riot police unit opened fire with real bullets shot on air. On a table near the Tom Mboya statue, the group had cake and photos of Raila Odinga. People, including hawkers in the vicinity of the National Archives, were compelled to flee for their lives. Mike Kagwongo, TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you, Mike Kagwango, for that. Now listen, a total 9,787 applications for electronic travel authorization have been recorded by the State Department of Immigration, where 4,046 of those applications have been processed. This is according to the Principal Secretary Julius Bitok. In a statement on Sunday, Bitok noted that under the new system, travelers apply online for an electronic travel authorization and pay a $30 processing fee, unlike before, whereby citizens from 51 countries enjoyed visa-free entry to Kenya, while travelers from 155 other countries had to go through a visa application process that cost $50. Last year, President William Ruto announced that Kenya would become a visa-free country, waiving existing requirements starting January, with the Ministry of Tourism indicating that the number of tourist arrivals in 2022 increased to 1.54 million. Are expected to open at the beginning of the week. For the 2024 school calendar, more than 200 students are facing uncertainty over reporting back to Our Lady of Peace schools in Karen after unknown people stormed the learning institution, destroying property of unclear circumstances. Now the school was demolished and owners evicted. Nicholas Mbai with the details.
The gates of Our Lady of Peace School in Karen flew open. Intruders storming into the compound of the learning institution of peace was no more. The individuals donned security guards uniform. In the company of police officers were here to execute orders of eviction, but from who?
5 nimeamka kama kawaida nikijiandaa nipeleke sister maombi. Kufika nje nikaona watu juu ya gate. Watu walikuwa wa security, watu kama 20. So nikakimbia nikaita security guard wetu, nikamwambia kuna danger huko nje because watu wanapita juu ya gate.
A section of the school management alleging that under the tight protection of the police officers drawn from the Karen police station led the operation at the Karen Crossroads school sitting at a 2-acre farm in what they termed to be a plot to evict the owners of the school unlawfully.
People will fight for money, and that is why we are here. They are fighting for this because they think they can benefit, but now they are forgetting the purpose was not for sale, and it has assisted people the last 33 years. How come today somebody else has interest? Then that it becomes really something that should be looked into. I mean, suspicious for that reason.
According to lawyer John Sakwa, there were no legal documents toward eviction, alleging that the police collaborated with goons to harass the management of the institution.
What has happened here has happened against any court orders, has happened against the rule of law. Our whole principle has been chased away. Somebody has taken over the management of a whole institution, possessed all the properties belonging to this school, against any support in law, against any documentation, against any order.
The charity school is said to have been put up 3 years ago with the aim of helping the needy children from the slums.
And what really makes me sad that these are church people. They are not worldly, the people.
Now, Manyata, Member of Parliament, is calling on the Agriculture CS Mithika Linturi and his counterpart in the cooperative Simon Chelugui to resolve challenges surrounding the distribution and utilization of cherry funds to coffee farmers before it causes a catastrophic crisis in the coffee sector. Now, the MP observed that farmers are yet to receive 80 shillings that was promised to them and have since become desperate and helpless because even the 20 shillings which they're supposed to get is taking too long to be processed by new KPCU. Mukunji stated that there is a great need to streamline the payments of the 4 billion shillings cherry fund before the process is hijacked by cartels and leaves farmers counting losses and eventually result in the collapse of the coffee sector.
Hii area yetu ilikuwa na hope kubwa sana ya maneno ya kahawa, na sasa tumeona ile cherry fund ambayo rais na deputy president walipanga imeanza kuleta maneno zingine, kwa sababu tulikuwa na expect farmers watapata kitu mzuri na watapata pesa mzuri from the cherry fund, na the 4 billion yenye imewekwa katika National Assembly. Nilisema vizuri sana, tukifanya implementation ya zile changes ama zile vitu tunataka kubadilisha kwa sekta ya kahawa, mimi nataka kuomba serikali ijikakamue, wakulima wasikue na ile shock ama challenge ya kufanya vitu zake, wakulima wakuwe ni wao wana feel the challenge. Hii bureaucracy iko hapa katikati. Una apply pesa ya cherry fund, inachukua karibu 2 months ndio upate, ama 1 month. Hiyo pia inafanya wakulima wasikie vibaya.
And this is TV47 Sports News. Remember, you now have a chance to win amazing prizes like an all-expense-paid trip to Mombasa Beach Hotel, Busia, airtime, cooking oil, bus fare, and other prizes with Radio 47 and QLIC Bet. Now, to participate, dial *448# on your phone and follow prompts. Now, Samuel Njoroge has taken a lead in the first round of the third leg of the Safari Tour series at the Sigona Golf Club. Njoroge showcased his skill by shooting an impressive 4 under par with a gross score of 68, establishing an early lead in this highly anticipated event. Njoroge is closely followed by Daniel Nduva and Greg Snow, both playing remarkable golf at 5 under par, promising a thrilling competition. As the tournament progresses, the Sigona leg has drawn 65 professionals and 4 amateurs from Nigeria, Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Uganda, Namibia, and the host country, Kenya. Notably, Irene Nakalembe is the sole female participant in this competitive field, adding a touch of diversity to the event.
Today, I was ranked the best amateur for the round. It was actually great playing with a home player, Mohit and David Waku. I got to experience a lot, and seeing the professionals and actually competing with them has actually opened up my vision, and actually they've helped me on my golf game. And hopefully from today going on forward, I can improve my score, and hopefully by the end of the day I can finish at a podium finish. Thank you.
Today my game was good. I was playing well. I was hitting more fairways. I was putting well, and the other thing, the course is playing very well, and I hope to continue with that spirit from tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, because I want to play well for the four remaining events, so that I can play well at the Kenya Open.
And AFC Leopards bagged their third win of the season after they secured a 1-0 win against Ulinzi Stars in the game week 17 of the FKF Premier League match played at the Nyayo Stadium. Now, Musa Oundo's goal in the 11th minute sealed the victory for struggling Ingwe side, who moved out of the relegation zone. Meanwhile, Tusker FC stand bankers KCB 5-0 in a match played at the Police Sacco Stadium. Sofapaka defeated Bidco United 3-0. While Muranga Seal and Kariobangi Sharks settled to a 1-1 draw.
For us, it was the perfect end of the first leg. So we wanted to finish the first leg strong and to push up in the log. So I think we are 13 or 12 now. So at least to push a bit up. And also, like you said, start the second year. I mean, the 2024 in the good mood. We started well. I think we started well. First 20-25 minutes, we created the chances, we scored the goal. And again, our problem sometimes that when we scored, we changed the game. So I told the guys that it's not necessary to panic. We need to continue.
Well, definitely this is not the way we expected to start our year. But I think there's lots of positives that we can pick from this particular match. It wasn't the result that we wanted, but I think it was the sort of performance that we expect from the boys from this point going henceforth, because we understand the position that we are in on the table right now is not a position that gives us any room for complacency. So ours is to go back to training, try and rectify the few mistakes that we've seen today, and hopefully get maximum results in our next match.
And Kenya Police Bullets secured a 4-2 victory over Bunyore Starlets in the FKF Women Premier League Round 11 match played at Police Sacco Stadium. Puren Anyetu scored a hat-trick in the first, 37th and 64th minutes. Lydia Koth also made it to the score sheet with her goal in the 26th minute for the Beldine Odemba-led side, as Brack sides Itambo and Dorika Ayako scored in the 2nd and 31st minutes despite being on the losing end. Meanwhile, Vihiga Queens stand Wadadir 6-0, while Soccer Assassins fell to 3-2 defeat at the hands of Kibra women. This is TV47 Sports News. Remember, you now have a chance to win amazing prizes like an all-expense paid trip to Mombasa Beach Hotel, Busia, airtime, cooking oil, bus fare, and other prizes with Radio 47 and Kulik Bet. Now, to participate, dial *448# on your phone and follow prompts. And that takes us to our very first commercial break here on TV47 Weekend Edition. But don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We still have lots more lined up for you on the other side.
Wanasema wasemao kuwa elimu ni bahari haishi kwa kuchotwa. Wakati mwingi natangamana na wanafunzi madarasani, sio kama mwalimu bali kama nahodha kwenye kipindi cha tasnia ya elimu. Na iwapo utanikosa madarasani, basi utanipata nyanjani nikisaka habari zenye usawa, ufasaha na ukweli. Na iwapo utanikosa nyanjani, bila shaka utanipata studioni hapa nikisoma habari na kuendesha mijadala mikomavu. Mimi ni Andrin Kilemi, mpenzi wa lugha ya Kiswahili na elimu kwa jumla.
They say money makes the world go round. So let's slow things down a bit. Put things in perspective. From the markets to the streets to the stocks, we make the complex comprehensible. Join me, Hibak Said, on TV47 Business News for market insights like never before.
What's making the headlines? What does it mean to you? How does it affect you? We answer all these questions every Sunday for half an hour on To The Point show. Hey, I'm Grace Kuriakanja, and a lot has happened this week. Let's dive into it.
The news that matters.
Thank you so much for staying with us. So listen, what we heard on the first part of this broadcast is just part of what we had prepared for you. So we say thank you so much for your time and your company. Thank you to the entire crew that made this production a success. I want to say thank you for your viewership throughout 2023, okay? On Saturday, Hase, on Sunday, To The Point. And at this point, I want to say to a greater and blessed 2024, okay? But don't go anywhere because we're leaving you with this piece, this exclusive piece by our very own Zainab Mohammed. Our sign language interpreter has been Catherine Simaloy. My name is Grace Kuriakanja, and we leave you with this piece. Lachakuti or Shepherd School is a type of learning that allows learners from the pastoralist communities to herd during the day and learn in the evening or at night. Now, in this following special report, our reporter Zainab Mohammed follows 3 young girls in Samburu County who are in Lachakuti School and explores the strength and weakness of the type of learning. Herders by day, learners by night. Up next.
The sun has just risen in Namunyak area in Samburu County. We are at the Limpunya's homestead. Dola Limpunya is preparing tea for her family. Her daughters Saja, Lentiei and Saima are sitting around her. The 3 are students at an after-school program called the Chikuti or Shepherd School.
I never went to school, so I want my children to go to school so that they can help me and also learn how to speak in English and Kiswahili.
The program allows learners from pastoralist communities to look after their livestock during the day and learn in the evening.
I allow my children to go to school as long as they complete all their daily chores.
The tea is now ready. But the girls cannot have their tea before serving the grown-ups in the family. Saja serves her family in 2 rounds before sitting down for a cup of tea. Time is not on their side. The girls chug the hot tea in the midst of the smoke emanating from the dying fire. Arfet Lal Parsoi, a village elder who has also sent his children to the Lechikuti program, says he has seen a significant change in his children since they went to school. Apart from learning how to read and write, he says the children have learned etiquette and hygiene.
When my children went to school, I have seen a change in how they are doing house chores. They are also showing respect to guests. They have also learned how to take a bath, something they didn't know.
Upon completing their tea, the girls embark on their first task of the day, milking the goats. It is not an easy task as they both struggle to hold on to the goat. Despite their best effort, the girls get only a few drops of milk from the goat. They then leave for their next task, fetching water. Robert Lentau, the Deputy Director Education Docket at Samburu County, says the history of the after-school program dates back years, with the program having significant impact on promoting access to education among pastoralist communities.
It has really bridged that gap between those who have not, and again it has uplifted the literacy level of these children. Many of them also, they complete the grade 3, and some after the graduation they can opt to join the primary school and continue with the education thereafter. And we have seen many success stories or successful people that have started with the Chekuti program. They graduated from Chekuti program, they graduated to primary school, secondary school, and now they are senior people maybe in the communities, and we have seen Chekuti program has really brought a big impact in Samburu child.
The The journey to the wells is a long one, and the 11 and 8-year-old have to walk under the scorching sun to get there. At the well, almost all of the water is submerged in the sand. That means the process takes much longer to complete as the girls try to filter out the sand from the water. On the side, one of the girls is washing clothes whilst fending off donkeys from drinking their water. Close to 2 hours later, the chore is complete and it is time to head home. One after another, the girls tie a cloth to the jerry cans and place it on their heads. The weight of the water is clearly overpowering them as they struggle to balance. It is currently midday and the girls are finally back home. they have one more task before heading to their evening classes later in the day. Armed with their books on one hand and a stick in the other, they lead the goats to grazing grounds. At the grazing field, the girls steal a few moments to do their homework. But they have to be very alert not to lose the goats whilst focused on the books. This means that sometimes they have to put their books away and run after the goats when things get out of hand. Naisiai Lempushuna, a communication and program officer at Too Young to Ed, the non-governmental organization hosting the Lechekuti program attended by Lempunya's girls, says the aim of the after-school learning program is to introduce the young herders to the school system, eventually transitioning them to the mainstream school.
We don't use force, and we have various community dialogues to listen from the parents. Here there are people who are even poor to an extent that they can't even afford a pen, a normal pencil, 5 bob. Some even they don't know even there is something called a pencil. So we meet with the parents of these girls and have a dialogue and ask them who is willing to take their girls to school. And if 20 of them will accept, then that is now when we will be enrolling them to the primary schools, whereby they will be now continuing with their normal the normal system of education in primary school. For us, it will be a matter of buying them the normal necessary items like pencils, school uniform, any other thing that is required in school. That is now will be on us. So that is how we make sure that there is a smooth transition from being a Lechekuti student to now being a normal primary school kid.
The program that was launched not so long ago includes a committee from the local community who are at the center of decision making.
We have a committee here which comprises of 20 people. Each representative comes from a small sub-villages here. So that is how we go to identify the girls. So they presented the names. These are the names of the girls that whose parents are willing. You know, you also, the moment you start using force in a community, you will face rejection. And also sustainability of a project will not be there because we are forcing people something that they don't want. You are forcing people to bring their kids to follow your rules. And we don't want to live here and then that is the end of the project. We want this thing to be a continuous. Even if we live here, because we want to be here forever, at least there is a committee that will be ensuring that there is learning that is still going on here.
Sasa ukiona hiyo damu, usiseme sijui wapi imenikatika, sijui tumbo wangu imekaje. Usiseme hivyo, hiyo ni kawaida kwa wanawake. Hiyo ni kawaida kwa wanawake. Hiyo ni kawaida kwa wanawake. Ukiona hiyo damu, usikae na wanaume. Ukijaribu kukaa na wanaume ulishapata nini? Mimba. Utapata mimba. Very soon. utapata mimba.
There are also mentors who take the young girls through safe space sessions where they have an opportunity to discuss and learn issues affecting them.
Hata kama uko na jamaa yako, usikae naye, ambia excuse. Kaa kidogo, nimalize wiki 2. Malize wiki ngapi? Wiki 2. Na kama unataka mimba, na sala naye. Lakini sijawaambia msijaribu kulala na jamaa. Msijaribu hata kidogo. Hata mistake usifanye. Sawa? Hata mistake. Hiyo ni aibu kubwa. Utajiletea aibu. Utashekelewa. Sawa? Utashekelewa na dunia mzima.
Back at the field, the girls continue multitasking on school and herding with only an hour left to the start of their first lesson. It is now 3:45 p.m. The girls have to bring the goats back home and head to class. The process is seamless and they quickly get on their way. The learning center is quite far and the girls take over 1 hour to get there. They find that learning has already begun.
17, 18, 19, 20.
71. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
John Lekulai, one of the teachers here, says the classes run between 4 and 6 p.m. with literacy, numeracy and hygiene being the main focus of the classes. Learning goes on 3 days a week, but lateness and absenteeism is a major challenge.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Sometimes kwa sababu wanaishi mahali tofauti na hapa tunakuanga na wanyama ndovu, fisi na simba pia. Sasa wanakujanga mara ikifika tu, yani unajua wakienda kuchunga mara wanapata sanga, hata wanyama wanapata sanga mifugo. Sasa anaogopa msasi tena kuja nyumbani. Sasa anakuja wakikuwa amekosa siku moja, unaendea tu msasi, unaambia pole kwa mtoto yako amekosea, wacha tu akuje shule. Sasa si sana ni wachache tu 1, 2, 3.
Unlike other schools that close during the December holidays, the Chekuti program runs throughout the year, and this NICI says is to protect the girls from risks such as FGM and early marriages.
So the reason why we are doing this is because we do monitoring of these girls. There is a register where their names are. So if you miss 2 times the class, then we have mentors in this village. We have 4 mentors in this village who come to their homes and get to know how are they doing. What is the issue? Are they sick? Is there anything that's happening that we don't know? If anything of such kind happens, then we also report to the government, because we are not government and we don't take any law. For us, it's just reporting, and then now the government take the law.
The children take turn to read out the numbers out loud, and Saja, Lintier and Saima are not left behind.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The program, despite its obvious success, has faced significant challenges. Issues such as sustainability and quality of the education output cannot be ignored.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Because the Lechikuti program is 90% done by non-governmental organizations, the learning curriculum used is not standard, and some NGOs use untrained teachers to save on money.
From TC perspective, what we wish maybe the program to do is to ensure that they follow the policies. That when children are taught under anywhere, as long as they are taught by a teacher or so, they must be able to get teachers who are accredited, who have gone through basic training, primary teacher colleges, so that now those teachers will have now that competencies, that skill, that knowledge now to bring the children from that Ilchekuti or that the shepherd life now to like school. So I'll prefer, I'll just maybe ask maybe those who are coming with this kind of program to ensure that they follow the policies, they follow the procedures, they ensure that teachers are trained, not just getting them from the village and you start calling them teachers.
When the sun sets and darkness sets in, learning has to involuntarily end. This, John says, it's because the tents lack lighting.
Light tena ndio disadvantage nyingine, kwa sababu ikifika tu 6 atupati time nyingine ya kufunza na bado wanataka kufunzwa. Na kuna wengine hata wanakujanga late, yani kulingana na vile anaenda kuchunga, anapeleka mfugo yao mbali. Sasa kufika ni ngumu, anafika late. Sasa hiyo ndio challenges naona tunapatanga.
All the stakeholders agree that should the program be adopted and mainstreamed by the government, it would have a fighting chance since the government resources are limitless.
If this thing depends on donor funds, it may not be sustainable. It would have been good if government could take over and uses its resources, for instance, teachers even, like an extra job, or even employ exact teachers who handle that kind of scenario. Because with the donor fund, maybe donor may run out of funds, and this thing is a bit costly.
National government and the county government, the NGOs and the donor funders come together, then at least we can have a roadmap so that maybe when the donor funding ends, then again these other institutions will continue carrying the program forward so that for the betterment of these children. Because we have seen many of them, they can speak English, they can speak Kiswahili, they can do arithmetic. So again, we have also seen this Jekuti program changing the lives of these children out of what they are being taught. So my appeal to the national government and all the stakeholders is to come together so that maybe we can have a common program for prosperity of this program.
With the lesson coming to an end, the girls disappear into the night, ready for a day similar to the one they had today. Their hope being tomorrow holds a future brighter than today. Since its inception close to 3 decades ago, the Lechikuti program has had significant impact on the lives of young herders in pastoralist communities. However, because most, if not all, Lechikuti programs depend on donor funding, the program is yet to achieve its maximum potential, begging